Hey guys, welcome to a modded Rust server called Rustafriend. Today I'm just playing and I'm talking about what it's like been having COVID-19. I'm like 11 days in since my first symptom. I'm feeling a lot better, but I still have like a struggle with a cough that started like recently. Like I lost all the symptoms and it like turned into a cough. It's kind of weird. So it like all started on day one, obviously, like not last Wednesday, the Wednesday before last Wednesday, and I literally woke up in the morning and my throat was sore. And I was like, oh God, here we go. Now, at first I thought it was like the flu because my nephew had the flu, not COVID, and he was in my room like a few days before that. And I figured like shit, he just gave me his flu. Like great, because that's how flu starts, right? With the sore throat. I mean, so does pretty much a lot of other things as well. Um, but from there, it got progressively worse. Like by that evening, I was already like kind of like disorientated, like dizzy-ish, like feeling kind of like like when your head just feels cloudy, like how you can see it in the world right now in Rust here. The world just seems very cloudy and like murky. This is what my head felt like, and it felt like that for a while. Like it was like 6 days that it felt like this, and I think that was because of I had like a mild fever. Like I didn't have like a really bad fever or anything. I just had like a really mild fever that just was like super annoying, and it was just there. And one of the main things I remember from like that time there is actually the like eye thing. There's this thing that when I would look around with my eyes and I would like turn my eyes, like if my eyeballs would like get anywhere near like the sides, like if you like rotate your eyes in a circle, like if you go around anywhere in that circle, like my eyes would like start like to like cause like a little mini headache. It's super weird, actually. Give me a second. I'm trying to land this helicopter. There we go. I'm actually getting better at this thing. It's very fun flying that thing. No, I had the eye thing. So every time I moved my eyes to the side of my head, to the top, like look up, down, left, right, anywhere where I would look would cause like pain, like in my forehead. Like it's like a zzz. It was super uncomfortable and annoying. And that was one of the first things I had. And then after that, about like a day or two, my eyes started getting like red. Like my one eyeball especially was like it was just like red. I was like, okay. Like my eyes red, they both feel dry and irritated, and it just was super uncomfortable and annoying. But at this point I wasn't like too worried. I was just thinking like, oh man, it's just like a normal flu because I mean those symptoms do come with normal flu sometimes, so it's like pretty natural for that to be the case. Somebody else is here. Yeah, but it's a PvE server. Thank God, nobody's gonna kill me except these bots everywhere. Like you'd think it's easier because it's a PvE server, but it's actually sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's more difficult. Especially going to the airfield. There's like tanks. There's freaking people. Who's shooting at me? So it was. So on that was all on a Wednesday. It all started on a Wednesday. By the time I got to Saturday is where things got weird and kind of got scary for me. I mean, I was already like paranoid. I'm like, oh my God, I got COVID. This is my first time possibly getting COVID, and amongst anyone in my direct family. And I was like, shit, it's me. It's me. I've got COVID. But there were so many signs against it that were like saying it's probably not COVID. And so it was like, it was very like, kind of like, I couldn't really decide. I can't see anything right now. I couldn't really decide like if I had COVID or not until Saturday evening. Saturday evening, so we're in summer here in South Africa, and there's a lot of mosquitoes, right? Mosquitoes suck, by the way. Yeah, just mosquitoes freaking suck, dude. There's nothing more I can say than that. I have no idea where I'm trying to land here. Okay. The reason why I'm going for the gas stations is they actually usually have some decent loot, and then I'll run and hit sewer branch or something. I usually like to go to places like airfield, but it's super difficult to go there because you pretty much die all the time because you gotta use like there's too many NPCs running around with frickin' aimbot and everything. On Saturday night, I was lying in bed and there was a mosquito flying around me, and I was like, "You're not biting me, buddy." And so we have peaceful sleep. It's like mosquito spray. I don't know if you guys have that in other countries. The peaceful sleep one, at least. Now that thing smells horrible, and it makes you cough and die when you spray it. Like for at least for a typical human being, it should make you like react like you're dying because it smells really really bad. Now I sprayed it on my arms, and that's when it hit me. Why do I not smell the mosquito spray? So I sprayed on my arm like in a little like wet spot, and I put my nose up against the wet spot, and nothing. I was like, what the either the mosquito spray's finished or like I can't smell. And it was very worrying. Like I was actually getting really worried at that fact, like because they normally say that when you lose your smell or your hearing, that's like one of the guaranteed symptoms you'll get if you get COVID. And yeah, that's so I was like, okay, shit, I need to be extra cautious, even though I really was being cautious anyway. And you know, I kind of like try to get my first appointment at the doctor, and well, since it was a weekend and the after Saturday, it was Sunday, and my doctor wasn't there, so I was like, well, I'm not gonna go see the other doctors. I don't like the other doctors, and yeah, so on Monday we go to the doctor on Monday, and my God, did I wait there? I waited 2 hours in line in a like an isolation zone, which was kind of like sad. Like because obviously I've registered some of the symptoms, they put a lot of the patients who have any of the same similar symptoms that COVID people have. They kind of isolate them in an area. That was so weird seeing that thing fly across. Yeah, so by the time I finally get called in, because at first I think I'm like, holy shit, like surely they've forgotten about me. Like I'm probably gonna die in the waiting area. And I got asked to the lady, and she says like the woman in front of me who's with the doctor has been taking like an hour. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, she's been in with the doctor for an hour, right? So by the time I get into the doctor, I tell the doctor that listen, I feel like I might have the thing, the and then we had like a little laugh because she thought I was treating it like as if I was talking about Voldemort, because it was like the disease that shall not be named. Um, and yeah, so she basically asked me a few questions as a normal doctor would, and basically asked me to go sit on the bed while they take my blood pressure, my heartbeat, and check my chest and everything. So first of all, the first weird thing is that my heart rate was like 96, which was incredibly high for sitting down for 2 hours. And that was because one of my new symptoms that I hadn't really been focusing on was my body pain. Like I was having intense body pain, like in my ribs, like just from sitting there in 2 hour for like 2 hours, and just in general, like when I was in one place or sitting or angling in one place, like position for too long, my body would start aching. It was as if somebody was kicking me in the ribs, and it felt like I'd like been bruised, like really really bad, and it was painful, and it wasn't really nice. I didn't like it at all. It was the pain was annoying, but I'd forgotten about it to the point where when she said my heart rate is is 90, I was like, oh, like okay, well, I wonder why that is. And then she's like, are you in pain? I'm like, yeah, yeah. Now that you mention it, I am. I didn't realize it was that bad though. But yeah, it was pretty like sore and painful. Who the hell is shooting at me, man? This guy here. Stop shooting me. So now you can visibly see on the doctor's face the moment I mentioned I can't really smell anything. Like I mentioned the peaceful sleep with the mosquito spray kind of, story. Immediately she looks at me and I can see like her expression changes from like, yep, you got COVID, dude. But she doesn't say anything. She doesn't say, no, it could be flu, it could be anything else. Like she's like, nope. Yeah, we're gonna give you the COVID kit, like the COVID medicines, which is basically AC 200, which I've been taking like before that already, which was good. So I got a head start on that, and I think that's why my fever didn't like blow up in my face, and and yeah, basically vitamins, which like all the stuff that would keep you healthy if you weren't sick anyway. So I was basically given that whole pack of like that, and that includes like 10 freaking pills I gotta take in the morning and like 8 at night. Like it's nuts. There's so many freaking pills, man. There's just too many. And yeah, so I went and they sent me for the COVID test, which is like down the hall to the right and outside and then under a tent. It's like, dude, so it was a bit confusing finding the testing area. But by the time I get there, I find two ladies there sitting there, and I'm like, okay, you know, listen, you guys are the guys for the people for the test, and they're like, yep, they are. And then yeah, so I had to fill in some papers, you know, who am I living with, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, and all my details. And then I do the test, and now I'm like freaking out because I've heard they stick a freaking long ass like earbud looking like thing down your nose, and I was like, that doesn't sound very fun. And yeah, it wasn't. It was really uncomfortable. It wasn't painful. It was like one of the first things I asked the lady, like, is it sore? Like, how sore is it gonna be? And she's like, it's not sore, it's just uncomfortable. I mean, uncomfortable kind of feels like sore though, like a little bit. So everything was very uncomfortable. But the nice thing is that it was really fast. Kind of was like in and then out. Like you don't even really notice it, and it doesn't feel as deep as how they say it goes. Like that's the nice part. Like it felt like it only went in like maybe like 2 centimeters or an inch, or you know. But it felt like it felt super uncomfortable. But like once it was like in that 2 inch kind of area, it doesn't feel like it goes any deeper. It just feels burn. It like just feels like it burns. Like that literally all it felt like was that my nose was burning. And then it was done, and I was like, okay. And it was a little bit uncomfortable for like a minute after that, but then it kind of fades away and like gets better, you know. So I was like, okay, that wasn't too bad. Like that wasn't as terrible. I was imagining they're gonna put that thing in my nose and like dig around for like a minute or something, you know. I don't know what I was thinking. And then the next day, I get like a text saying, "Yep, you got COVID," and I was like, "Oh shit." Ah, shit, like, and then, you know, start going through my head, like, where the hell did I get it from? Because nobody else I know has symptoms. Even today, like, we're on day 11 right now from my first symptom, and nobody else I know has symptoms. So it's like, where the hell did I get it from? You know, I'm kind of like a neat freak and, you know, don't like to touch things, and I sanitize and wash my hands and everything. So it was weird that, like, I got it. Like, you know, just I've been just being super clean and all, so it's like, oh shit, might just be some unlucky kind of moment that I somehow got it, and yeah, so the the body pains continued for like 6 days. The fever was about like 5 days, and it's been about 3 days since like most of my symptoms just disappeared, and like the tiredness is still there. Obviously the tiredness is still there. Like what sickness doesn't the tiredness ever just leave you alone? So I'm like, I feel tired all the time. And you know, about 3 days ago I got this like cough. You know, when I wake up in the mornings, when I drink, when I eat, when I, you know, go to the bathroom, or even when I'm talking, like as I have been now, it makes me cough. Right now, I haven't hit like a cough attack because when I wake up in the mornings or when I go to bed, I wake up with like a coughing attack and I just cough and cough and cough and cough. But I think my lungs are fine because the doctor said my lungs are fine, and you know, ultimately I feel a whole lot better. I just have a cough, and I think it's one of those after coughs. You know, when you cough for like 2 weeks after you've been sick, or like even 3 weeks or even a month, like you cough forever. I think it's that. I think I literally just have that kind of after cough that's gonna stay with me. It's gonna be friends with me for a while, unfortunately. And yeah, that's what it's like been having COVID-19. At least for me in South Africa in 2021, in kind of early February, end of January. If you do want to ask any questions about it, like if you're worried about it and you think you might have it, I'm now a certified expert. I'm just kidding. I've almost died from COVID. I'm alright though. I'm actually kidding. I didn't almost die. I've actually been okay. It's been alright, other than my family like freaking out and my wife freaking out about it and being super worried about me. But other than that, I've been alright. It actually hasn't been too bad. I've been okay, and Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm getting better. It just takes so much time, and I gotta get back to work. Gotta get back to work. Don't worry, you can't kill other players. I'm just shooting him for fun. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do want to leave any questions or comments down in the comments below, I do reply to everything. And I'll see you guys in a future video. Thank you so much for watching.